Got a lot to talk about this week. Free agents, Dave Meltzer, Booker T, match of the week, and more. Let's get to it.
I'm Paul Stanley of KISS. It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
I told you last night, no!
You're listening to your source for pro wrestling talk.
For those that are unaware, my name is Fuego del Sol.
Yeah, I actually used to wrestle for Ring of Honor before I signed with WWE.
You know, that name that you just named, I've never had a one-on-one match here in Impact Wrestling Games for Swan.
This is Third League.
World Women's Champion for NWA. I'm the first ever Mexican-born wrestler to hold this title.
This is the first time someone's introduced me as the Monster Hunter outside of a wrestling show.
His psychology was completely different, and it was more lucha style and Japanese style, so I got two completely different kinds of training.
This is Wrestling Radio.
Well, welcome into another week that was in the world of professional wrestling, and well, we do have a lot to talk about this week, but let's get started with a couple of AEW news bits that have been out there this week. We're not going to get into the actual shows, covering the shows of AEW just yet, but we are going to get into a couple of things. First up, new reports of AEW viewers on Max. Dave Meltzer's reporting, well, he's kind of giving his thoughts on the Max viewership numbers. Basically, Dynamite's about 5,600,000 viewers on Max, about the same on TBS or TBS, TNT, whatever. On
JD from New York
Nielsen ratings.
JD from New York has been saying that Tony Khan and Dave Meltzer put out a fake report.
That's just what they do. It's the I don't know.
I know.
It's the Republican way of life. I don't know. Anyway, so getting about 1.5 million viewers if you cover them both up. If we add them both together, I should say. I don't know how much numbers matter anymore. I mean, numbers do matter. You want viewers. I mean, you're not going to have a show on if it's not getting people watching it. But I don't know how much a Nielsen rating truly matters anymore.
I mean, here's the thing. SmackDown gets ass ratings. NXT is doing better than it has been, but they're on public broadcasting, and Raw doesn't have any viewers. So because Netflix doesn't release them. I didn't hear why Max released them. Maybe it was a leak from an internal report, or maybe it's maybe Meltzer was talking to some people at Max. I really don't know where it came from.
Yeah, but apparently it is an actual number. It is a real number, but like I said, when you're looking at network TV, places like Fox, places like CW, NBC, maybe a Nielsen rating matters more than with a place like a TNT, than with a place like a TBS. Definitely, it matters more than with a streaming service. You know what I mean? Than with a Max, than with a Netflix or something like that. It definitely matters more on a network TV like a CW than it does on something like that. But in today's age, I really don't know how much a Nielsen rating matters. Moving on to other AEW news. Well, over the weekend, they officially announced the new acquisition, Kevin Knight. Made a few appearances with the promotion in the past. Fightful Select had previously reported that Knight had spoken with Tony Khan and Rocky Romero in February about a potential move. It's reported that he had conversations with WWE as well at this time. According to a new report by Fightful, WWE was interested in signing him, but they wanted him to have a tryout match, and he would have begun in NXT if they had signed him. To me, that's odd. You want someone like Kevin Knight to have a tryout match. I mean, given his history, he was two-time in New Japan Heavyweight Tag Team Champion alongside Kushida. He's been in New Japan since 2020. He's got a lot of great experience. It's odd that they would have wanted him to have a tryout match, I think.
So they're saying that it's April Fool's. They're saying Tony Khan and Dave Meltzer are pulling an April Fool's joke.
For what?
The viewership.
That's dumb. I'm on a different story altogether.
Yeah, I know.
Right now.
I was looking up reactions. I hadn't seen anyone talking about it.
Yeah, no, that's just... It's the internet.
But Kevin Knight is an amazing signing, and Jay White gave him his flowers after the match. It was a really decent match, not as great as a debut match in AEW that we've seen in the past, with Vikingo versus Omega or stuff like that. Uh-huh. But it was definitely a good match.
Yeah, definitely. So it's good to see.
I did. I don't know how far Gunther's contract is. I probably should have looked that up after I had that conversation with one of my clients. But there was. I think there might be talk of Gunther going over to AEW because they're not even really using him at all.
Well, speaking of free agents, if you want to get into that, there's a couple of more New Japan stars coming up. Gabe Kidd,
right.
Zack Sabre Jr., David Finlay. They're all set to become free agents as well.
Well, I don't think Finley's leaving. I think he's leveraging it for a bigger deal. But I think Sabre might be. I think they are a little petty towards Sabre. I think Sabre said he might want to leave.
Yeah, I don't think David Finlay should. I don't think Gabe Kidd should. I think they're at the right stage where they need to carry that company. If they try to move over to an American company right now, I don't think they have as much success as if they try to move over in 3 to 5 years, if that makes sense.